Hiya, I'm Lawson Cooper. I am the owner of a Beaujangle Can-Am.
Which is the only one left on the road, I think.
That's correct at the moment, yeah. There's some being restored as we speak, but yeah, there's the only one on the road at the moment.
When did you get it?
I bought it on St Patrick's Day 2016, and basically restored it over 3 years. I got it back on the road for the freeze, which is February in 2019.
You would have frozen for that.
Yeah. No roof, so yeah, it's a good.
And you've always been a beach buggy fan or an enthusiast?
Yeah, well, my son bought a beach buggy back in 2010. We did it up. He went off to university, so I used it while he was away. He came back.
What was that? GP?
Yeah, GP Mark 1. Yeah, 1954. Short wheelbase, 1954. So there's an oval window.
Yeah.
He came back, passed his driving test, so I thought I'd better get my own. Searching eBay as you do one night.
Looking for a GP or just something?
For a beach buggy, yeah. I had a preference of, I like bounty hunters.
Yeah.
But I saw this and just taken with it really. And
did you know its rarity at that point?
No.
It was?
No, so spoke to the guy. He'd owned it since 1992, done nothing with it, and basically started looking into it. Obviously James Hale's books and your books, and found out how the rarity of it, because there's only 6 built in the UK. So I thought, this is the car for me. Brilliant. So went down to Wellow in near Bath. We did a bit of negotiation, bought it, and so the next 3 years spent doing it up.
How long had the guy, the vendor, how long had he had the car?
He bought it in 92, so he must have had it, 8 years, 24 years, 24 years.
And it wasn't this colour, was it?
No, it was red, so it was red. I like red cars, my daddy's a red car, but I just wanted something different. So I wanted it to look like chrome work, chrome paint. So in my garage I bought some rattle cans, painted it chrome. Great to look at, but when you touched it the chrome came off. So bought some lacquer, painted it in lacquer, and then it went all blotchy. So I got some Scotch pads, and Scotch pads did it all up. But I love the look of the old American B-29 bombers and the kind of weathered look, aluminium look. So and quite pleased with the look how it came out. And say it only cost me 75 quid. So
did it?
Yeah. So it's a cheap respray really. I mean, obviously, as time goes on and I get a bit more money, I'll probably have it resprayed at some point. Might even go back to red.
Donor vehicle was? What was a donor vehicle? Was it 1200? Was
it was a
1200 Beetle?
Yeah, no, it's a 1200 Beetle, 1961 1200 Beetle. They called it a Beetle Saloon Deluxe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What was quite interesting is when I bought it, I got the green card for the vehicle, and obviously before GDPR, it had all the people's names and addresses. Found out the lady who owned it prior to the car being converted to a beach buggy, she still lives in the same house. So I wrote to her, and she
was chuffed.
Yeah. But she doesn't remember the car in all fairness. She only had it for 1 year, but she doesn't remember it. So, but obviously the guy she sold it on to then converted it to a beach buggy. Brilliant. The press release for the Beaujangle Can-Am was in April 1972 at Mallory Park.
Yes.
The guy who converted it to a beach buggy, to the Can-Am, he got it on the road on the 1st of August 1972. So the time between obviously the kits going on sale and him doing it was only like 3 or 4 months. So
it would have been one of the first ones.
Should have been. Yeah.
I wonder if there's any rumours to the truth that one of the journalists at that press day ended up in the lake at Gerrard.
That's what I've heard.
I'd love to know the truth of that. Because they denied it, but I've heard rumours that they wanted to go in there.
Yeah. We'll have to go diving in Mallory Park, see if it's there. But they fitted, I think it was a supercharger, didn't they? And they broke it down.
But that's certainly not a 1200 in there now, is it?
No. It's an 1800 Type 4 out of a Porsche 914. It's nice engine, lovely smooth engine. It's heavy engine compared to a Type 1 engine if you want to take it out.
But it's smoother though.
Yeah. It's lovely, a bit more refined.
And you won't hold things going uphill, will you?
No. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, I mean, she'll cruise at 70 all day. So it's lovely.
Tell us some of the things you've done to the car. You've obviously, you showed me, it was a shell basically.
Yeah. So when I bought it, basically all beach buggies you make it your own, and there's obviously things that I've seen and you take away, like the kit car show around. You have a look around and you say, well, that's a nice idea. So things I've done, basically, obviously the engine change. With regards to the steering rack, I've changed it to a Mark 1 Ford Escort. So obviously it's a quick lock, so 3.5 turns from lock to lock. The roll bar is out of a Porsche Boxster. Again, what I used to love was getting stuck in traffic jams because you can look at other cars, things like the lights, the rear lights are of an Alfa Romeo Mito.
Are they? Is that where they're from?
Yeah.
Nice.
So again, I wanted something which, I mean, conventional you usually have a brake light, an indicator light, and probably a reversing light. But I wanted it all together. So yeah, I looked at Mitos, and it kind of suits the back of it really with the shape.
But you beach buggy people, you couldn't be any. You had to make it so it was still acceptable, didn't you? Because otherwise, you do tend to pick up on things that shouldn't be on cars, don't you? Beach buggy crowd.
Yeah. I mean,
so you have to be done tastefully, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, again, you make it to suit yourself, really. I mean, but
that's what it's all about. Yeah.
So yeah, it's you spend your time and your money, and you look. I mean, stupid things like I've got reading lights, so if at night you're going along, you can put the lights so you can read your maps. And as I say, the whole emphasis is basically it's a cross between beach buggies and a street racer.
Because they were kind of a hot rod type outfit anyway, weren't they? So they obviously had that idea in mind when they were doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit younger than, so I don't remember the 70s that well, but
nor do I.
No.
But I mean, Beaujangles. They set up in a stable block up in Salford, Manchester, and they did everything. They built beach buggies. They did sand rails. I think they did sand rail.
Which one of those two was an ace welder, so they did a lot of fabrication work for people.
Yeah, I know. I actually spoke to him a couple of times. Before unfortunately he passed a couple of years ago. But yeah, he used to work on the oil rigs out in.
That's right.
Yeah,
I remember reading about that.
Yeah.
And you use it quite regularly, don't you? It's not a weekend warrior, is it?
No, I use it as much as I can. And I think that's the emphasis with all old cars, really. You've got to use them. I go to shows like this, and I also go to the beach buggy events, which are run by obviously the local beach buggy fraternity. But also, I suppose my claim to fame is running on the racerways at Winnington Beach. Done it for the last couple of years. Fantastic event.
For that, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I say it's just really good fun. Just racing everything else, which American V8s and other cars which are of that kind of era.
When you take it out, and I'm guessing you go sort of into sort of populated areas, people kind of know what a GP is, perhaps.
Yeah.
Or they know it's a beach buggy in their eye. Do they know what that is? They
no.
don't know.
No. And a lot of people even in the beach buggy fraternity don't know what it is.
Really?
Really. So yeah, it's a different car. And I say with regards to, because I had such an affiliation with the beach buggy fraternity before I bought it, which is why I still got an affinity with them now. So it's just a great club.
Tell me about your mate, because when you got it, didn't your friend sort of push your arm a little bit?
Yeah, my friend Carl Sheckles, and I owe him such a lot really, because without him he'd still be in the garage on jacks. So yeah, he rang me up one Saturday afternoon. He says, "What are you doing, Lawson?" I said, "Nothing, why?" He says, "Get down the garage, we're going to strip that car." So within 4 hours we stripped it down to the basically the bare bones to it. And then from then he's just rebuilding it, and over say 2-3 years we every Wednesday night he used to come round, we do a bit more, and he used to give me homework. Like,
did he?
I probably spent more time doing the body work than I did the chassis work, and he'll say, right, you got to flat it down, and so I've got an old P38 out, and the old sanding block. But yeah, so over the time we got back on the road.
Tell me about that. You mentioned the chassis. What was the floor pan like?
The floor pan was shot. But yeah. I mean, as I say, he's been standing in garages for 20 odd years.
But there's good guys like Dave Fisher at Kingfisher Customs around who helps everybody and sells what you need at the right price.
Yeah, Dave. Dave is a fountain of knowledge, and again, I owe him such
And he would have loved
That's
that
you.
because he obviously goes back a long way with beach buggies.
That's
so
right.
he would have recognised what that was.
Oh
and
yeah,
would like to be involved with that.
that's right. Yeah.
Great.
And as I say, there's a record now. I've got his badge on the dashboard. You know, I owe so many people within the club. You know, and there's so many people I can't really mention them all. But you know, without their guidance and their help, you know, I'll you say still be stuck in their garage.
So the talk of the beach buggy guys and girls being a real fraternity is true, you found?
Yeah,
Camaraderie
that's right.
is great.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, the Stoney display, Malvern display.
Wash your mouth out with soap, yeah.
The Malvern display you had was fantastic.
Yeah, well, we had
an overflow car park from the main one. It's brilliant.
We had about 35 buggies there, so brilliant. Yeah, and that is next year is going to be the 50th anniversary of the beach buggies, and on the 40th anniversary at Stoney we had 108 cars.
Oh, great.
So we're trying to attempt to be that next year. So that's going to be Dubs in the middle of Evesham.
Great. What's might as well be the club. What's the beach buggy? Is it beachbuggy.info?
But yeah, beachbuggy.info. Again, it's an internet-based club. If you want to join, just get a login.
Great.
Go on the website. It's free. We don't charge anything. So,
brilliant.
But again, if you're building anything and you need some help, somebody out there.
Base is fantastic.
It is, yeah. So, you know, if you need some help, or even if you're a local, find out who's local to you.
Oh, of course.
We have. I mean,
a mentor like a mentor system where someone local will help you.
Yeah. So they'll come round. I mean, when we built Jason's buggy, we had a problem with the gearbox. You know, we had about four guys come round one Saturday morning. All they wanted was bacon sandwiches and tea, and then they're there to help.
Said for that. So you know, that's what the industry's all about. Tell me about the interior. Are those seats original?
No, the seats originally were basically fiberglass bucket seats, which bolted straight to the floor.
Right.
The whole emphasis about the car is that it's only 39 inches tall.
Yeah, right.
So it's smaller than a GT40, Ford GT40.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my wife, she didn't like them. Very uncomfortable. She got pillars out and duvets, so I had to buy some other seats. Lovely seats. Those. No, they're Corbu GT seats. Yeah. So
the supercar got 65 about.
Yeah. Lovely, comfortable seats. The only disadvantage is that I actually look over the windscreen now.
Right.
So even though today I've got the bikini top on just to keep the rain off a bit, I can't drive with it on. So, you know, it's always open air motoring. Driving it last week down there, we had a cruise around Derby, going on the bypass, absolutely torrential rain. Van pulls up next to me and says, "Don't you know it's raining?" So there you are, you have to smile and go.
So beach buggy's a way of life, really.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's part. Obviously, you got the VW kind of vibe and the VW scene. And that's the other thing I like about VW is the it's a lot of it's family orientated.
Right.
You know, I mean, from a sins I own a Jensen Interceptor, and
which one?
It's not Mark II.
Oh, Mark II.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but obviously the people that own Jensen's it's a completely different kind of and I like the family vibe, so that's why I have a preference to VWs.